and go.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take off my watch and jewelry. Even though the ring can take the ethanol, I really don't want to spray my watch down with ethanol before I start. So what I'm going to use here is some 70% ethanol in a spray bottle. And I'm going to spray my working space down. I'm going to spray my hands down. Take a paper towel, we're going to wipe everything down just a little bit, just let it dry and evaporate. And then I'm going to put my materials in place. Go ahead and set up your area. So the first thing I'm going to put right in the middle is the Bunsen burner. This is what is going to create the 10 centimeter sterile field. And then I want to set this up so that the materials are easy for me. I'm a lefty, so it's important for me to have everything set up so that when I pour, I can still keep everything in the sterile field. So I'm putting the graduated cylinder so I can see the numbers right in front of me. We've got the media that we're going to pour into this and then put into the water bottles. These have all been through the UV light in the goggle sterilizing cabinet. So these are sterile. This has been sterilized and the weighing media has been sterilized when it was made. Okay. So now that I've got everything set up, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be pouring this into the graduated cylinder. So I have it kind of set up in this range here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my materials, I'm going to spray them down with ethanol. This doesn't have ethanol. Normally this would have a piece of saran wrap or tinfoil over the top of it while it was after it was sterilized, so when you're moving it into the sterile field it was sterile. Put that in there. Notice I'm doing this before I turn the burner on because ethanol is flammable. So I do not want to light the burner and then spray ethanol because that would be very, very dangerous. Okay. Now that I've got everything situated the way that I like it, I can turn the gas on and light the burner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the igniter here ready so that when I turn the gas on, I'm not letting the gas run. Eventually. There it goes. Okay. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the top on this, and I'm going to loosen the top on my first one. That I'm going to be pouring it into, but not taking the top off all the way. I'm going to take the media jar, keeping this in the sterile field. I'm going to hold the cap with one hand. Notice that I'm going to keep my hands together so that both hands are still in the sterile field as well. And I'm going to pour this in to 250 milliliters, which is how much I want to put into the water bottle. Okay, go ahead and seal the bottle. And then I'm going to move this around to the back. I'm going to pull this over to the side and pull my first bottle in. Cap's been loosened, so I can take this off, and if I want to stabilize this, I could put this upside down on top. So I don't want to put it this way. I want to make sure nothing gets inside the cap. Okay? And when I pour, I'm going to be very careful not to touch the lip of the graduated cylinder onto the water bottle as well. Because again, anything that touches the inside of these is going to make that non-sterile. Okay, keeping my hands in the sterile field, I'm going to slide that over, put the cap back on. Then I'm going to switch the other bottle in front, put that in the back, and then move this to the original position. Again, turn the number so that you can read it. Keep your hands in the sterile field. Get the meniscus on the bottom. Slide that to the back. Move this forward. Both bottles are sealed. They were in the sterile field the entire time. So these two bottles should be nice and sterile for the second step for the biology classes or for the AP environmental students to put the algae into the media bottles.